The challenge for the Alpha Emo is to find a safe place to express their emotions. And whether that's intimately with a partner sexually, or just a best friend over dinner, or even just their network or their team, we are doing a really bad job, generally speaking. I think we're getting better, but of facilitating space for people to share fear or vulnerability or even compassion and sympathy.
Well, there's no safe spaces for those type of people to go to.
No, exactly, because you have to be the alpha.
They have to show the strength. They have to do the rah-rah. They have to be front and center. They have to be authoritative. They have to be whatever.
Course.
And those type of people that have the need for the emotional connection are going to then go and try and find that, right? And then they search that out. And so I think where the crossover was because a bunch of these crews could just go get, booty calls and hot chicks and just do whatever. The difference is they're missing the intellect for the understanding plus the emotion connection. And there's a difference between...
It's a psychological safety.
There you go.
It's a psychological safety, but the intellectual empathy. And I think that's actually something we don't talk about a lot in intimacy at all, is when we think about intimacy, we think about touch, and we think about even just like safe space or spooning or holding someone. Intimacy is so many different things in that. Intimacy is space for your intellectual prowess. It's for your questioning, for your curiosity. And when we limit the way we view someone to what they say on stage as a leader in a linear capitalistic way, we're missing their opportunity to lead in so many different ways. And
also, they maybe just want to be the small spoon.
Yes. I mean, straight up, y'all. If I may just share one anecdote, and we'll keep this relatively above board, but one of the more interesting things for me throughout this pandemic transitional time, to be clear, I've been single for 4 years, never married, no kids. I'm not in a position where I'm hurting anyone by my behavior, just to be explicitly clear.
But COVID happened, now you're waxed and vaxxed and you're on the prowl.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to whatever's gonna happen. And I think
You're such a savage. It's so good.
One of the things that I think has been really interesting to me is I expected certain types of encounters or certain types of dominant personalities to step out and be excited to be back in the game again. What I didn't expect was the number of men who wanted to, quite literally and metaphorically, take off their mask, curl up, and be baby spoon.
Yeah.
And we're talking about
weapons, multi-millionaire weapons.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is not me just referring to some casual blokes. This is like legitimate, very much $100 million plus wealth sort of folks who literally just want to cuddle. So if you're feeling a little bit busted after the pandemic, I want you to know everyone's feeling a little bit busted. And I think that this was happening before, but it's one of those things that I'm seeing a lot more now, where people want to come to someone like me, or even just the friends they trust like us, to say, hey, I'm not feeling so hot, or I feel a little insecure. Honestly, maybe I feel great, but I could still use a cuddle, or someone to put their hand on my shoulder or give me a nice hug. And I think we forgot how much that means.